I'm not going to explain my past or how I ended up here, but I will just jump to my story because it is pure horror and I think you'll enjoy it. And this took place in a friend's large house where I was staying overnight. My friend had begun remodeling, so the place looked quite shabby. I arrived and he pointed the way to the one room upstairs and another room downstairs that were finished. I chose the downstairs room. The house gave me the chills from the start. It was 42 degrees in there when the thermostat read 72. He said that I would be the only one staying there that night, and just then I heard a heavy scurrying sound coming from the attic. Apparently a raccoon or something would be staying the night as well, I thought to myself. So at about 11 at night, I heard something coming from one of the unfinished rooms upstairs. It sounded like a shh, whoop. After I heard this 3 times, I was curious and wanted to know what it was. Slowly, I headed up the stairs. When I came to the first room, I got goosebumps before I even saw the woman. She was tall. I'm about 6 foot 4 inches, and she towered a bit above me at around 7 feet tall. She was hanging by her neck and continued to swing back and forth. There was no apparent reason for her body to swing, and the distance she swung seemed unnatural for a simple draft. She was a bit too tall for the noose, so her big toes scraped against the floor, and her body thumped against the wall at the end of each sway. Frozen stiff, all I could do was stand and look in horror. My senses amplified, and I stared hard, hoping for some indication that this was a joke of some kind. It wasn't. She looked up and saw me. With just gaping black pits for eyes, she looked straight at me. And then she shrieked this awful shrill cry that only someone who has encountered something this evil would know. After that scream, she dropped from the noose, as if it were merely a leash that she had escaped from. She didn't drop to her feet, though. She dropped to her hands and feet and hobbled on all 4s towards me. I did something that some people perhaps couldn't do. It was fight or flight, and I chose flight. I ran, slamming the door on it as it crawled towards me. I ran as fast as I could and collected my car keys and cell phone from downstairs. As I turned to run for the front door, there she stood, blocking the front door and blocking the hallway that leads to the back door. I was trapped. Her eyes were still hollow and black. She shrieked again, this time her mouth growing inhumanly wide. I raced upstairs. The doorway to the room I'd first encountered her was wide open. The air flowing from that room was freezing. I hurried down the hall as I heard something coming up the stairway. I turned and looked. Nothing. Suddenly, it crashed through the ceiling behind me. I must have darted down the stairs. I only remember reaching my car after that and racing down the street. I knew I was going too fast, but it couldn't be helped. Self-preservation took control, and I found myself doing 120 miles per hour on the highway. The following day, my friend wanted to know why I'd written all over the walls. He found the words, "I will kill you," and "Stay out of my house," scrawled across the walls downstairs. And in the room upstairs, he read the words, "I will find you," scratched into the wall. To this day, I worry she will come. I moved a considerable distance away. This is the biggest and most frightening of all my encounters.